Another Chicago Bears loss as they fall to 4-9 on the season. If you want Matt Nagy fired, type FN in the chat. Bears played really well in the first half, led 27-21, but got outscored 24-3 after halftime, and some mind-blowingly decisions by Matt Nagy, some mind-blowing decisions, I should say. So type FN in the chat. He punts on 4th and inches. He kicks a field goal down 18 in the final minutes. It's all very bizarre. I've seen enough. Type FN in the chat. With that being said, we'll go ahead and get on in to our postgame show. Today's Bears vs. Packers postgame show is presented by MANSCAPED. Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. If you want 20% off plus free shipping, go to manscaped.com and use promo code BEARS20. That is manscaped.com, promo code BEARS20 here on Chicago Bears Now. So make sure you do those things to keep your balls clean this holiday season. All right, Packers win it 45-30. Entertaining game. I'll give the Bears that. Very fun first half. Special teams were awesome. Justin Fields up and down. We'll talk a little bit more about him, of course, as we go along. Aaron Rodgers, he's just an SOB. Torches the Bears again. 341 yards and 4 touchdowns. And, yeah, I mean, you're just not going to get where you want to go with Matt Nagy as your head coach. I mean, that's kind of the theme of the rest of the season, in my opinion. Some good things, some not very good things. Awful second half, no halftime adjustments, whereas the Packers clearly adjusted, and you saw that on special teams as they were able to pull away 45-30 in this ball game. What is your one-word reaction to today's loss? Just give me one word down in the comment section. Your one-word reaction to the Bears falling 45-30 at Lambeau Field on Sunday Night Football. Go ahead and let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. My one word, just typical. It's a typical loss, right? I mean, you play about as good as you could be expected in the first half, right? I won't say a perfect first half. Devontae Adams torching you late did not help, but just typical, right? Pretty solid first half. You're thinking, okay, maybe the Bears have some juice tonight. Maybe they're going to upset Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, maybe give Matt Nagy a much-needed win, but nothing in the second half. No adjustments. To me, that's on coaching. When you lose the second half 24-3, that's just adjustments. That's coaching. Obviously, the Packers have better players, but just typical, man. This team can't play a full game together. Justin Fields, we'll talk about him a little bit in his return as he missed a couple of games with a rib injury. I thought he was up and down. He certainly missed some throws you'd expect him to make, but he made some big ones as well. I thought he bounced back from an early pick six to throw a nice touchdown to Damiere Byrd. 18 of 33, okay, 224, 2 touchdowns, 3 turnovers, couple of picks, 1 fumble, strip sacked, which on the left side, his blind side, which Teven Jenkins had to step in and play left tackle for an injured Jason Peters. We'll talk about injuries later in the show. Did run for 74 yards, so he wasn't scared to take off despite dealing with those injured ribs. He was up and down. I mean, he looked like a rookie quarterback, right? Flashed the signs of greatness with the mobility in the arm. Missed some throws you'd like to see him make. There was one key scramble situation in the second half where he evades 2 sacks, and then he kind of short arms one to Jimmy Graham that was short. That was a big play. You got to convert that one there. But I still continue to see signs that he can be a franchise quarterback. I haven't halted on that whatsoever. Obviously, you want to fine-tune the consistency things, but get a full offseason. I think some of those things will improve for next year, but obviously, hopefully that is with a new coach. More to break down in this one for Sunday Night Football here on Chicago Bears Now, but subscribe to the channel. When we ended our watch party on Sunday night, we were about 80 subs away from 38,000 subscribers. I want to get there tonight. When I wake up tomorrow, I want to be across 38,000 subs. We can get there with your help, so subscribe. Win or lose, we're still going to bang out videos every single day because that's what we're all about here at Chicago Bears Now. The link is below, but just hit the big red subscribe button, youtube.com/Bears Now. We'll have you guys covered all season long. We take a look at the offense as a whole. Some good things, especially in the first half. 347, decent. 210 passing, okay. 137 rushing, pretty solid. 74 of that scrambles from Fields, though, so, not a big game from David Montgomery. 5 of 14 on 3rd and 4th down, not good enough. 3 turnovers, not good enough either, especially since you got 0 takeaways. We'll talk about the defense later on. How about Jakeem Grant, though? I mean, he's the MVP for the Bears today. He was tremendous. Only one catch, but he made it count on a jet sweep, a little push pass from Fields to Grant. 46 yards. He gets the edge, and he was gone. And then he catches a punt inside the Bears' own 5-yard line. You're thinking, what the hell are you doing? And then he reverses field. You're like, really, what the hell are you doing? He takes it to the crib, 96 yards. You're like, oh, yeah. He's electric. He can make things happen on special teams. He gives you headaches sometimes, but that's why you bring a guy like that in here, because he can change a game, and he certainly gave the Bears a good chance, especially in the first half with 2 electric plays. I'll say this about the offense, though. I'm so sick and tired of these damn curl routes. The play calling, especially in the second half, just awful. Just awful. Number one, and this is something Fields has to work on, the underneath accuracy, he's got to get better. He tends to throw the ball too high, and you got to be really precise on those tight curl route type of throws, but they run too many of them. Number one, that's not a strength of Justin Fields at this point. And number two, you have a lot of speedy receivers. Don't run damn curl routes with them. Get them in space. Like, they were doing some of that in the first half, and then the second half, let's go back to the 5-yard curl route well. Why? Matt Nagy, you stink. So does Bill Lazor. Like, I'm so done with this garbage-ass offense. It's just not good. They don't know how to play to these players' strengths. I tweeted out at halftime, it only took the Bears 14 weeks to get to utilize their elite speed that they have, and then they stopped doing it in the second half. It's mind-blowing. It pisses me off watching this team play on offense because they just don't play to their players' strengths, and that's bad coaching. If you don't play to your personnel, you're not a good coaching staff, and the Bears aren't a good coaching staff, so it's as simple as that. Now, if you want to get rid of your curls downstairs, see what I did there? Manscaped is the place to go. The Lawnmower 4.0 is going to keep things nice and trimmed down in your ball area. Hey, you got to talk about these things. Your significant other, they're not going to like it if you keep it gnarly downstairs. Get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Promo code BEARS20. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a fantastic ball hair trimmer. You can use it in other areas too if you want to shave your face, your kind of your chest hair as well. You know, I get hair, weirdly enough, belly button area. Just clean that up with the Lawnmower 4.0. 20% off. Free shipping. Link is in the comments. It's in the description. It's got 4 adjustable guards, wireless charger. Great product. Go check it out. Manscaped.com. Promo code BEARS20. Okay, let's take a look at the defense. And, man, defense has kind of quietly become pretty bad. Now, there are injuries, of course. Khalil Mack, a couple of guys got banged up tonight. We'll talk about them in a minute. 439 allowed, 320 passing. Aaron Rodgers the guy's just so annoying, man. He just pisses me off. But he's good, man. What can you say? 119 rushing. The defense especially got gashed on the ground in the second half. 5 of 11 on 3rd and 4th down. Not awful, but no takeaways. This team doesn't get takeaways anymore, which is very, very frustrating. Defense got smoked again, and you're looking at a few weeks of this now. Now, last week, Andy Dalton threw 4 picks, so it basically gave the defense no chance. But, it's like without Khalil Mack, and I get it, that's a game changer. But he goes out, and this defense just can't play at all. You can't rely so heavily on one guy. You just can't. I mean, a defense has to play better. It doesn't tackle well. Jalen Johnson got torched by Devontae Adams tonight, and I get it. That's a tough matchup, but he has not played as good recently either. It's just not good, man. I mean, this team as a whole it's one step forward, the phrase 1 step forward, 2 steps back? It's 1 step forward, 4 steps back for this team. You're like, oh my God, they played the first half of the year. They're still only up 6 points, and they get their ass kicked in the second half. Just a bad showing by the defense. Guys played hard overall, but not nearly good enough. How about this? Do you want Sean Desai back next year? Early in the year, I would have been like, hey, yeah, fire Nagy, but hey, if the new coach wants to keep Desai, I'm down. I don't know now. I mean, my stance has always been you let the new coach pick his staff, but I'm really I don't know. I mean, the injuries hurt. I get that, but I'm a little lukewarm on Desai at this moment. Type Y for yes, type in for no. I could go either way. I mean, I think either way is fine. Ultimately, get a new coaching staff. Let the head coach decide who he wants on his staff. Let's talk about some injuries here. There were a lot of them. Jason Peters left with an ankle injury. Teven Jenkins played, and real quick to talk about that. Did some good things, but I think he had 4 penalties. gave up the strip sack. So certainly some good and bad, but some good experience. But obviously Jason Peters going out certainly hurt things tonight. Roquan Smith left with the hamstring. He's been dealing with that. He's been kind of banged up recently. Xavier Crawford had a concussion. The secondary gets thinner. DeAndre Houston-Carson left with an arm injury as well. Then Khyiris Tonga left with a shoulder injury. So a lot of nicks and knacks. No major injuries. It looks like maybe Peters is, if it's a high ankle, he got rolled up on. That's obviously going to be problematic. But at least you'd get to see Teven Jenkins play the rest of the year, which I know that's what you guys have been wanting. But never want to see Peters go down. He's been a warrior for this team. Without them, this O-line has been pretty shaky all year long. But just, a fun first half. But overall, the points remain. Get rid of the coach. Get rid of the GM. Build around Justin Fields, and let's get this thing to the offseason. Let's be honest. Packers win it 45-30 in Week 14, as that's 23 out of 27 for Green Bay now. It's as bad as it sounds. It really, really is. YouTube.com/BearsNow. That is the place to subscribe. More videos throughout the week, and then, of course, we'll be live next Sunday for another watch party. We'll see you guys soon here on Chicago Bears Now.